Let me ask you about the speaker's race right away. I know we're here to talk about higher ed, but of course I have to ask you about the thing that many people in this room and around the city are talking about. Is it really a race? From what I can tell, Mr. Paxton and Mr. Chisholm together have about a dozen votes. Mr. Straus seems to have more than 120 pledges. I'm not an accountant, but I can do some math. He only needs 76. How is this a speaker's race?
Well, one of my degrees is accounting.
So, okay, you do the math. You do the math for us.
Well, I think calling it a race would be generous. So it seems to me maybe we have some speaker drama. But not
actually a race.
Yeah, not
well,
actually
I'll take
a race.
Drama. Drama's good. Drama's better than no drama.
Yeah, you guys like that.
Hell yes. Mr. Paxton told my colleague Ross Ramsey for an interview that ran on the Tribune site this morning that while it appears they only have 12, there are in fact many, many more people who have not revealed themselves to be with him and Mr. Chisholm or with the non-Straus side. Do you have any knowledge of people who are not yet showing their hands here?
I don't. I don't. I saw that, and I also saw that when he announced, he said he hadn't given it much thought. And so I have no knowledge of any additional members that he may claim to have.
You're a Straus guy.
I have given my word to Speaker Straus for the 82nd legislature, and I think there's a lot of people have, obviously 120 plus. You mentioned 122. It actually there may be a few others that aren't as public as some of the rest of us, but yeah, and I think that's if he was coming into the session and or last summer only had 30 or 40 folks, he probably wouldn't have done all the hard work of raising money and sort of fulfilling his responsibility as the titular head of our party and also the speaker.
What Mr. Paxton and his folks will say is there are 40 or so days left. The Polo Road massacre, so-called, did not happen until right before the session. Isn't there time for this thing to go bad for the speaker?
Well, as you know, anything can happen in politics, but right now, I mean, there's been a lot of blogging out there and a lot of pressure from various so-called leaders of different groups. And, I think the members are holding firm. And as they should, in my view. I mean, once you give someone your word, that's really important in politics. And so I think unless the speaker releases someone, which to my knowledge there's only been one member who of the small group that gave him their word, only one actually called him and asked him if he could be released.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the way to do it. And the speaker can make that decision, but at various times, at various races, as you know, I mean, there's been times when speakers release the pledges. That's sort of undoing the contract.
You consider Mr. Straus to be sufficiently conservative to lead this House?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think he's got a really bad rap on that. I think his life's work, his family's work in the Republican Party in Texas, going back to the days of Senator Tower. I mean, to call all that into question is, look, I know various groups can score things. You can do a scoring on some motion to table and then put a label on someone. And there's certain groups that you can always have someone say, well, someone's not liberal enough, or someone's not moderate enough, or someone's not conservative enough. And I think that's what we've going on. You've got some folks out here that are out of power, so to speak. And then they're putting out this word that somehow, Joe's not conservative enough to advance maybe some personal agendas.
So you're just to wrap this, you're convinced he will be Speaker when the session?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it looks very good.
Okay.